DHG here. This is How Bad Is It? Crackdown 2. Now the reason why I'm doing a How Bad Is It on this game and not Crackdown 3 is because I could do How Bad Is It on Crackdown 3, and maybe I will at some point. But I wanted to do this one because I just finished Crackdown 1, remembered how great it was, and it is great. And I remember when the sequel came out, I was kind of curious as to where they would take it, number one. And then number two, I didn't really feel like it did much, but I didn't really remember much of why I didn't like it, so I'm going to be playing through it again here. And something that confused me about how they could make a sequel to this game is because in the original Crackdown, the ending is very closed. You had a false dialectic set up between the criminals and the agency in the first one. And then, by the end of the game, this morphs into a Hegelian dialectic where both enemies, well, the gangs are wiped out, the agency is strong, but then a new order is established and ushered in. It's the solution they push on everyone, which is authoritarianism. And they admit at the end of that game, the voice of the agency, whoever does that voice acting, says that the population had to go through shock therapy to fully accept totalitarian control. This is something that governments have done throughout history, and empires have done throughout history, and they say empire numerous times in the first game. Some historical examples of this: Germany, pre-World War II. Germany, Adolf Hitler was not that popular. He really wasn't. I mean, despite the revisionist history that we're hearing a lot now, Adolf Hitler was not very popular, and he never would have got into power had not the shock therapy happened with the Weimar Republic hyperinflation and all the other terrorist attacks that were unleashed by, I can't think of the name of the organization Console. They were made illegal in Germany, and then later the organization Console was morphed into what became the SS, the Schutzstaffel. Hitler's kind of like personal bodyguard, later his own private army. But Germany went through the shock therapy to accept that, and then you saw that this happened more recently with COVID here. When COVID hit, scared the shit out of everyone, mass panic. And you saw people that were normally pretty liberty-minded, like, you know, my rights and all that stuff, fully embracing the totality of, oh, whatever the science says, or whatever the government says, just keep us safe, fully losing their fucking minds. So the game hit a nerve with me. It didn't really do it that much in 2006. I thought, what the hell are they talking about? That's insane. But no, there's definitely a tone of reality to it. And so I thought, how could you make a sequel off of that? The one world order is established. Where do you go from there? So let's see how they try to set this game up in the sequel. Oh yeah, if you like my content, do hit that subscribe button. Let's start this shit up. I want to see why I didn't like this game for myself. I had to erase all my old save files. I only get 4 agents to choose from. I can't even modify these guys. We got Jackie Chan / Bruce Lee here. I can't think of that actor's name. Danny Glover. Yeah, kind of a pseudo Danny Glover right there. This guy just... Actually, he kind of looks like Andrew Tate. I'm not gonna go there. And then there's this guy. Ooh, you can change his armor. That looks really fucking stupid. I'll just go with dark gray.
You are the portent of a new world order, agent. Pacific City was only the beginning.
That was at the end of the first game.
You deny that the agency is corrupt?
Let's focus on the facts. Crime is at an all-time low.
Are you saying that the agency sanctions corruption and will continue to do so as long as they get results? How far is the agency
What I'm
willing
saying
to go?
is...
There you have the terrorist attacks. I forgot to bring it up, but pre-World War II Germany, the Reichstag fire, that was planned. America, 9/11, planned. In fact, you might as well just say that the agency in this game is a direct analog to the CIA. Include the FBI, since they're largely the same thing, one's domestic, one's foreign, or nominally.
The terrorist group known as Cell and their
Yes, a terrorist group. You know who creates all these terrorist groups around the world? The intelligence agencies. Doesn't matter if it's CIA, MI6, Mossad. I think the German was called BND.
Just how badly things have deteriorated. By day, the agency struggles with Cell. At night, the streets are overrun.
I mean, by the time I go to release this video, I'm sure that attack in Moscow will be fresh on everyone's mind.
We're gonna need bigger guns.
That was ISIS. ISIS was created by the CIA. Much like Al-Qaeda was. Of course, Al-Qaeda started off as an anti-Russian organization too, back when they were called the Mujahideen.
This is the voice of the agency. I'm your handler for this mission. I'll monitor your progress and keep you on track. I'm an old hand at this, so listen up and listen good. I might just save your sorry ass. Before I let you loose on Pacific City, we need to run through a few diagnostic programs. Stand by. I'm initiating an uplink to bring your systems online one at a time. Health, online. Shields, online. Tracker, online. Targeting, online. There's a calibration glitch in the targeting systems. I need you to direct your reticule to each of the red lights.
Okay, now on the first, I'm already not liking this already. In the first Crackdown, you pick your agent, then you go clean up the city, there's like a short cutscene, and you free to do whatever the fuck you want. Here they handhold you through a tutorial.
If you see the telltale signs of freak infection.
Okay, you've got it. Let's move on. Agent, I want you to jump off the ledge in front of you. Think of this as an exercise in trust.
Cell lives and breathes love. Ring.
Nice landing. Sure, you took a hit, but that drop would have killed a normal man. The good news is your regenerative systems are working fine, and you'll be back to full health.
Agent looks like a douchebag.
Time to assess your athletic capabilities. Collect that orb at the top of the steps.
Before I progress.
Too great a challenge to someone of your caliber.
Something else that I was a little concerned about when learning about the Crackdown 2 that was up and coming back in 2010. Not made by the same people. The first game was made by a studio called Real Time Worlds. I forget who the head of that studio was, but he had worked on a couple different high-profile games, Grand Theft Auto being one of them, so he was the brains behind it. This was a new development studio called Ruffian. No collaboration with the brains behind the first game at all. In fact, I read that in Crackdown 3 there was a tiny amount of collaboration, but Crackdown 3 winded up as a mess anyway. The question for me playing through this is going to be, what ends up being better, this or Crackdown 3?
Good. These orbs boost your agility skill. Collect more to leap higher and farther. Now, to complete this program, you must leave the room. Climb up to the marker.
Fucking tutorial hand-holding.
Standing on that marker triggered the exit to open. Now, all you need to do is make it through the door before it shuts. That was tolerable. Let's just chalk that one up to first night nerves, shall we?
How about chalk that one up to shut the fuck up?
Range and take the weapon provided.
Oh, like I said, I just got done with Crackdown 1. Had a almost fully leveled up character. This guy is running so slowly.
Handling weaponry should be second nature to you. The ordnance you now hold is a standard issue agency assault rifle. Use it to kill the freak, without assisted targeting.
That's
Don't worry,
not an
this
assault
freak won't
rifle.
fight back.
That's an SMG.
Use precision targeting to shoot the freak's head or legs.
Well, I gotta say that is a bit of a bonus, having free aim. You could do it in the first game, it just wasn't very... I'd say it wasn't very usable.
Come on, this should be child play for you.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at following directions.
Nice
He would have
shooting.
been a freak
Now pick up the
until he
agency
took a
shotgun.
bullet to the knee.
I'm releasing more freaks.
Ooh, that looks like a
Your
Saiga.
survival instincts. Engage
Oh
them
yeah,
with
that I want
zero
one of those so bad. It's an AK-47 shotgun. It's basically what a Saiga is.
Now follow the trail to the next zone.
They are expensive. You could get knockoffs, but who wants a knockoff?
The next program tests your close quarters combat skills. Use a basic attack to engage the sparring partner provided.
You freaks ain't nothing but science experiments.
Try repeatedly attacking to chain moves. As you get stronger, you can wield objects as weapons. You won't always be engaged in one-on-one combat. So let's see how you cope with a few more targets.
How about you're probably never going to be engaged in one-on-one combat in this game? In fact, I think the most likely scenario in Crackdown is taking out groups of enemies with explosives. At least they improved the melee a little bit.
Get those grenades.
In the first game, you kind of had to position your character in front of your target with the left thumbstick. It didn't really matter what you did with the right. It had no bearing on how you hit it. It was all about the left thumbstick that hit B. This one kind of adds like a bit of a magnetism to whatever the closest target is that I can see so far.
Explosives are a convenient means of dispatching multiple targets. Use your grenades to blow these freaks to pieces.
They had families!
Great. Let's move on. Agent, follow the trail and get in the vehicle provided. Impressive. You're the first new-gen clone to make it through these diagnostic programs. Usually, you'd face further tests to confirm your fitness for duty. But these are exceptional times. Prepare for deployment to Pacific City. Looks like they've organized a welcoming committee. I'm sure you can carve your way through that roadblock, but right now you're needed elsewhere. Sit tight. I'm scrambling air support.
I wonder what the gangs are in this one. What all kind of new weapons are here, or what new features. I see that they added cursor, or
Shot at. This
some
is
type of
all
magnetism
about
for
the
melee.
The most dangerous gang Pacific City has ever seen. Cell are fanatical, ruthless, and organized, making them a force to be reckoned with. Cell have established strongholds at key locations across the city. They've fortified their positions with whatever they can lay their hands
This
on.
is the
Even
Vauxhall
hijacking and
territory.
adapting agency tech. It may look like shit, but it's effective. Cell isn't our biggest problem. Look at this place. When the freak virus bit into Pacific City, it spread like wildfire, infecting civilians and mutating them into the brutal, night-dwelling creatures below. The mix of Cell and freaks has brought this city to its knees, but the agency has a rescue plan. The Sunburst Defense System. It was developed to wipe out every last freak in the city and stop the spread of the virus. Cell have hampered Sunburst construction at every turn, They've sabotaged its power sources. Absorption units, like the one on the rooftop to your right. Without power, we can't detonate the beacons. Beacons are all we have to stop the freaks. They're the result of years of research and development. And right now, the last working beacon prototype is in Cell hands. The prototype has been tracked to a Cell stronghold here at the docks. That's the beacon over there on that central platform. But it's way too dangerous to set down here. We need you to break into the stronghold and clear the way for an airlift. It's vital that beacon prototype gets back into agency hands.
It just set me down in enemy fire.
With the intel console. This is the agency intel console. Make this your first port of call to keep track of your objectives and access useful information. Let's get down to business. Cell operatives are heavily guarding the beacon prototype, which makes an airlift impossible. We need you to take control of the tactical locations marked on your tracker. When that's done, air support will be able to get the prototype out of there in one piece. Looks like you could do with some help with this one. I'm requesting more agents to help you out. So you like to work alone, huh? Good for you. First, we need to secure the entrance to the docks. The tactical location is marked on your tracker. Do us proud.
Driving's improved.
This is a standard issue Peacekeeper cruiser. It'll get you from A to B, but don't expect.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot easier to run people over in this one. Hell of a lot easier.
It's the first of many.
I'm not exactly sure I like that new aiming reticule.
Shows how you are evolving according to your performance. The different colored markers emitting from dead enemies represent which skills are improving.
So this gang's name is Cell?
Enter it and request air support.
Like Cell from Crisis? They just rip another game's... Alright. I don't know how they didn't get slapped with some sort of a trademark violation for that. In Crisis 2, there's an organization that comes in and pretty much takes over everything called Cell. So when I saw Cell in here, I think Crisis 2 came out before this. Actually, I don't know. If this came out or Crisis 2 came out first. They definitely changed the way combat feels. I don't know if that's for the better, though. Look at these freaking junk vehicles. This looks like Borderlands.
Burns, doesn't it? You better find a way of putting out those flames or you'll continue to take damage. Air support can drop you at any of these points across Pacific City. All you need to do is choose where to resume your mission and then stay there.
Magnetic? Alright, yeah, whatever.
Not much of a selection, is it, Agent? But then I don't trust you to wipe your own ass yet, let alone let you loose with our multi-million-dollar hardware.
Just deploy the agent, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I know it's... Oh, there we go.
Now entering Hope Springs. Let's get back to it. Take down the tactical locations in Cell's dock stronghold so we can airlift the beacon prototype.
Oh my god, he's so
Barrels like this
slow.
are highly explosive, Agent, so be careful not to be within the blast radius when you shoot one.
I don't know, compared to the first game, this just doesn't really have the same feel of Crackdown whatsoever. I mean, graphically, it looks a little bit better. I'm not a fan of this new targeting / damage system. I really don't like the tutorial mission. Let's see if they keep the rest of the game the same, with generals and then take down the Kingpin and all that stuff. Or if they did what Crackdown 3 did, which is just change everything up altogether.
Shoot an enemy's arm to stop them from returning fire.
I'm trying to target the fucking... Yeah, you finally get it after he's dead. Yeah, kick it.
Anything you can pick up and throw can be used as a weapon. As your strength increases, you can use more of the environment for offensive measures. Your armor is depleted and your body is now vulnerable. It would be wise to take cover to allow your armor time to regenerate.
I wonder if they still have the stereotypical voiceovers. In the first game, which I thought was absolutely great, the voiceovers, the game overall is very good. But the voiceovers for the... I almost pulled a Saints Row 1 right there. Los Muertos, the first gang you run into, every time you get into a firefight with those guys, they all start screaming, shouting. It sounds like you're at a drunken Mexican bachelor's party. It's so funny. Although, if the game were to come out today for a modern audience, it would be culturally insensitive. Yeah, because the wokes know exactly what the people around the world think. They censored Speedy Gonzalez, and every single Hispanic person I ever worked with that I spoke to about that, they hate that. They can't stand that. They're like, look what they did to Speedy Gonzalez. Like, we never asked for this. Why are they speaking for us? Because they really don't care about anyone but themselves, that's why. They say they speak for you by speaking for themselves.
There are gun turrets in the area, Agent. Get your hands on one of those and drop cell like flies.
Can I pick it up?
Turret locations are highlighted on your tracker.
Apparently I can't pick it up.
I like this part.
Where is he? Oh, there you are. Bullet hose. Yeah, are we done with this fucking tutorial yet?
That's a tactical location. Get over there and call in the chopper. Good work. Now give the signal to request air support.
Grenades don't feel like they have as much oomph.
There's too much cell resistance here. Dispose of the threats marked on your tracker. Use your HUD and your tracker to identify cell threats, then eliminate them so air support can scramble.
Use my HUD, my HUD. Rat-a-tat-tat. You call this an assault rifle? I better fall back. I think I'm good back here for a minute.
Wear him down.
Shotgun has shit range.
A competent performance agent, but the fat lady.
Yeah, this is another SMG. Either that or a short-barreled rifle. I don't know, one of the two. Judging by the magazine size, I'm guessing SMG.
Well done, Agent. You've eliminated resistance in this area. Peacekeeper drop squads are on their way to secure this tactical location. The dock's entrance is under agency control, but we still need you to clear the area around the beacon prototype.
I see they added a Gears of War feature there.
Ascending the heights to
I don't remember what they call that.
is the most effective way to develop your athleticism.
Contextual something or other. Like when some sort of, maybe contextual events, when they occur, hold down Y, which is the exact same button they use in Gears. And, it shows you what they want you to look at, usually pertinent to the story. Oh.
Agent, your health is low. I suggest you retreat to give yourself time to heal.
I don't think I could make that jump. Yeah, I didn't think so. At agility level 1, this agent seems a lot worse off than you were in the original Crackdown at level 1. Could be wrong, it's just how it feels. What's this gun? Hold to equip assault rifle.
Dead hostiles are a good source of firearms.
Now that looks like an assault rifle. Hey, Al, that was too. Did he just say cocksucker? Someone's saying one of my favorite words. One of my favorite insults. If I ever recorded me playing an online multiplayer game like Battlefield 4, you would hear cocksucker coming out of my mouth like every 4 to 5 seconds. Usually cocksucker and Melanie Mac's favorite word, faggot. Can't make that jump either. Maybe if I go up here first. Just setting up like makeshift barricades. I-beams and...
In tight situations,
Oh, that
don't
looks
forget
rough.
your hand-to-hand expertise.
Oh, you want me to get a handy with them? Want me to give them a hand? I was just playing through Crackdown 1 for fun, but since this is a how bad is it, I can actually make recommendations in my video, and oh yeah, I've definitely got some for this targeting system. Especially when you have a D-pad that's filled with underutilized buttons.
The tactical location is on the raised central platform.
Like, here would be my suggestion. You can lock on to targets, but if you want to switch on to something else, you have to let go of the left trigger and then try to lock onto something else. But like right here, I'm trying to lock onto this flammable barrel there, and it just goes straight to there. Now, if you added a Dark Souls-like style targeting system where you lock onto a target, then you flip the right thumbstick, instead of it targeting a new body part, it would snap over to the next target that you could lock onto. Or maybe just enemy types in general. That would probably be better. Now, where the D-pad would come into play. If you wanted to snap onto snap onto someone, then target a body part, press right on the D-pad to hit his right arm, left for left arm, up for the head, stuff like that. You could make very good usage of the D-pad there.
The tactical location is on the
And still have
raised
your right
central
thumb to
platform.
switch targets. It would be much more efficient. And you won't have to suffer through the game targeting whatever its algorithm wants you to target.
Good work. Now give the signal to request air support.
Probably a moot point because I don't think Crackdown's ever going to get revived. And if it did, I wouldn't trust Microsoft to make any good decisions with it.
Identify cell threats, then eliminate them so air support can scramble.
Now, if somehow, Microsoft decided that they wanted to sell it and Sony picked it up, then maybe something good could happen. And Sony's still releasing non-WoW games like Helldivers and Stellar Blade, even though Helldivers has an absolute piece of shit community manager.
You've got 'em rattled. Don't
Little
let
Nazi.
up.
But nothing in the game about Helldivers is woke, and Stellar Blade's about as non-woke as you can get. So, Sony is at least on a roll with that.
That's it. Make them pay.
Agent, the drop squads will be with you soon. Excellent. You smashed cell's resistance.
Objective
Air support is on its way to
complete.
pick up the beacon prototype. You've done us proud. Now that we have the prototype beacon, we can put Project Sunburst into action.
That doesn't have a very good name.
Taking control of this stronghold means we can
Kinda makes you
establish a
think that
landing zone
the
for agency air support.
terrorists grabbed it because they knew it was going to be used for something bad.
As an extra test of your agility, we've let renegade agility orbs loose in Pacific City. Collect these for a major boost to your agility skills. Be warned, these suckers move fast.
Oh, I think I remember those things. I fucking hated them. It's an agility orb that just taunts you to chase it. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about them until he mentioned it.
Use
It's...
your powerful upper body strength to launch yourself.
Oh, another game had something just like that in it.
Driving skills to the test. We've unleashed renegade
You
driving
basically
orbs
chase
in
it from
Pacific
building
City.
to building to building
Everywhere you
until it...
steer a vehicle
Oh,
will give you a serious driving
Ghostwire
skill
Tokyo.
test. Good
I can't
luck.
remember what those things were called. There's a few other games that had things like it. Okay, does this mean I'm actually out in the open world now? Like, I can do my own thing? Or am I still still having my hands held by the tutorial?
Your athletic skills are improving. Your
Hey look, I got a helmet!
increased, and you can now jump to a height of
This
around
way I can't chew my own fingers!
The Sunburst defense system is a revolution in freak control. Essential energy from sunlight is harnessed and processed by absorption units, then channeled through beacon detonations to fry the freaks. Cell have targeted the absorption units, deactivating them one by one so the beacons are useless. Your new objective, Agent, is to reactivate the absorption units marked on your tracker to power the first beacon detonation. Cell will do anything to stop you, Agent, so stay sharp. The first absorption unit you need to locate is marked on your tracker.
How... Are there different gangs in this one, or... I mean, I don't get it. Let me see if I could find that out here. No, wrong thing. Whistleblower files? It seems like, as far as I can tell now,
Head for the absorption unit
there's
marked on
only
your
one
tracker.
gang,
Show that cell scum no
and a
mercy.
bunch of freaks. I certainly hope that they didn't completely do away with the old game structure of kill the generals and take out the kingpin. That was the entire premise of the game, and it was very well.
In the future, if you can stop flares
Very
from
well
being
done.
fired, it may make your life a little easier. Select your drop point, Agent.
Flares reminds me of Helldivers. I'm going to keep playing through this first part until I actually get into the open world gameplay. Because I can't really tell if I'm in it right now or not. It feels like I'm still in the tutorial.
Back on it for a second.
There's some freaks. I don't exactly feel that that was a good addition to this game. Having all the freaks wandering around. I just don't feel that it's a good enemy type to have in the game. I liked Crackdown 1 where you had a bunch of pedestrians roaming around. I see that they still keep the high population density count up. Oh, this is going to be a targeting nightmare.
Citizens are not your target.
Oh, that's a citizen? I thought it was shooting at me. Oh, wait a minute. There are... Yeah, there's one citizen right there and a bunch of freaks. Yeah, the freaks were in the first game, but they were the result of experiments, and it was only in one part of the game. This, they just...
You would do well to help endangered citizens, Agent. The agency could do with more hearts and minds on our side.
Hearts
You
and
need to
minds.
get up close to
Spoken
the
like
absorption
true
unit to use
CIA
its activation
propaganda.
controls. Activate the unit by standing on the control pad.
But the
set
freaks were an isolated thing in the first game to the Shijin area. You didn't see them anywhere else. Here, just putting them everywhere in the street just... I don't know, seems like a bad idea to me. Not just for the look and the aesthetic, but targeting is going to be hell.
Good work. The energy from this absorption unit will go some way to arming the first beacon, but it's not enough on its own.
It is clouded here. Are they cloud seeding here too? How much damage will this fall do? None. I'm shocked. What is this, a credit card?
That blue item enhanced by your HUD is an audio log. Collect audio logs to build up your knowledge of Pacific City.
This is Chad Stroker. For
Chad
over 70
Stroker.
years now, I have scoured this city in search of nothing but the truth. But the truth is proving harder to find beneath layers of lies and an avalanche of misinformation. Even if you dig deep and stumble across a nugget of truth, there are those who want to stop it being heard.
Of course.
You have to ask why. Why are they so afraid of the truth?
Because it will bury them.
Thanking you and signing off for the last time.
Well done. 2 down, 1 to go. Use your tracker to locate the third absorption unit. Then haul ass.
Oh, I thought I was carrying that. Yeah, that shotgun sucks dick. Wait, is that... Oh, that's just a radio. That's like an old radio that we had in the 90s. That's some old school shit right there. That's a pure 1990s ghetto blaster. He's still slow as molasses, but at least he's not as bad. My God. How do I get up there? Oh, you walk. Imagine. Yeah, that's not good. Those explosive barrels will get you. God, I can't wait till I get some better guns.
Equipment request received. Expect imminent delivery.
Equip this. I mean, I suppose one big complaint I have with this version of Pacific City is that this is a very, very dilapidated, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for here? A very ghetto version of, I was going to say ghetto-arized, but I don't think that's a word, or at least it wasn't. Maybe it is now. A very ghetto version of what actually looked like a real city in the first game. I mean, this industrial area, as with most industrial areas, always kind of looked a bit grimy, but the other areas of the game, like where Los Muertos was or Shijin, very sleek looking. I get the feeling that a lot of this is just going to look dirty. Will blow me up. Yep. They didn't change the buttons around at all.
With those 3 absorption units activated, we can now deploy the first beacon. The first beacon is ready to be deployed at the power station. Make your
What's
way
this?
to the location marked on your tracker.
Freak Watcher.
To think these were once ordinary citizens. Now all trace of humanity is lost to a lust for violence. The slow, weak ones I named Ramblers have surprised me by using force of numbers to overcome threats. Clearly, there's more to these creatures than I imagined. I intend to observe and document them so we might understand them better.
An ideal point of entry to the freak lair is now on your HUD. Head for the marker.
Wait, we got
When you
freak
get-
lairs?
What's this? Looks like someone's been watching the local wildlife. This freak lair's underground, Agent, but to reach it, you need to do some climbing. Check your HUD for a highlighted route to the lair entrance.
There's one of those fucking orbs.
Either he's crazy or that is the bravest guy in Pacific City. Still, he may have learned a thing or two about the freaks in their lairs, so maybe you should watch out for any other information he may have left behind.
The hell is he?
Agility Renegade orbs are tracked in the agency intel console, Agent. Try to catch them all.
Agility Renegade orbs can suck my dick. I'm not wasting my time on that shit. Actually, I'll probably end up doing like 1 or 2 of them. Oh, is that a supply point? No, that's just another... Yeah, where's the supply point system? Did they just totally do away with that?
This is an online orb. You can only collect one when teamed with at least one other agent. So if you want in, you'd better find yourself a partner.
Nah, this is not a game I want to play online with randoms. Not to mention, I can't believe anyone would still be playing this, although I did have 2 people try to join my game when playing Crackdown, the first one, which, quite frankly, shocked the shit out of me. The first one's on video.
Injured freaks pose just as much threat as the others. Get used to that smell. As more freaks are reduced to cinders, it's one you're gonna be smelling a lot.
Grenade, bitch.
The use of explosives to remove freaks and cell from the streets is the fastest way to develop...
The free aim is a hell of a lot better in this game than it was in the first Crackdown. That's 1 plus.
True potential in no time. Your actions have stirred up a freak shitstorm, Agent. Brace yourself. This could get nasty. This place is...
My middle name is
Head to
Nasty.
the drop zone and call in the beacon before the situation gets ugly.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty ugly already. UV shotgun? Alright, that's pretty cool. This reminds me of Sunset Overdrive.
Okay, now it's time
Get to
call
the
in that
chopper.
Air support has scrambled. Hold your position and prepare for beacon deployment. There are signs of agency tech in your vicinity. Probably left behind after previous attempts to clear out the lair. Scavenge what you can. It might come in useful. Conventional weapons kill freaks eventually, Agent. But you can really get the job done with the right tools.
Right tool for the right job.
Charge, Agent. Keep the freaks off of it until it detonates. Freaks heading this way. Any freaks attacking the beacon will be highlighted on your HUD and tracker. Stop them.
Obviously a ranged freak. That freak had a lot of McDonald's. Hey, it wasn't McDonald's, it was KFC. Burger King, have it your way, bitch. Get out of here. You fucking wanker.
As your firearm skills improve, you'll gain access to new equipment. The next time you use a landing zone to request a drop, you'll find some new ordnance available. Enjoy.
don't like how you have different types of weapons that are useful against different types of enemies. This is already starting to feel like a Borderlands style weapon system that did not blow over well for, well, most games that were not Borderlands. It really didn't work for Far Cry 6. God, I hated that game.
Hold firm, Agent. The beacon
I'm
is
ashamed to
charged.
say that I bought it, but I did not know what I was buying.
Heads up. The beacon's
Hey,
taking damage.
you keep your shit off my shit. Reload, motherfucker.
It's almost there, Agent. Just a little more power.
Oh, power. My generosity is limitless. I'm not liking the feel that they took from the first game where you just went around and beat up on criminals to doing what we're doing right here.
The beacon's
Does not
charged,
feel like it
Agent.
fits with Crackdown
Let's see
whatsoever.
what this bad boy can do. Whoa, that was something. With this beacon in place and fully functioning, we can keep a lid on the freaks in the surrounding area. Good work. In deploying that beacon, you succeeded where countless squads of peacekeepers failed. I had my doubts this new batch of agent clones would match up to their predecessors, but I'm seeing potential here. Now, this isn't a love-in. Get back to work. You'll soon notice a new addition to your HUD. Rooftop races are now available throughout Pacific City. Take part in these to boost your agility skills.
Yeah, I'm not doing
You'll
that.
soon notice a new addition to your HUD. Road races are now available across Pacific City. Take part in these to boost your driving skills.
Okay, well, where's the map? So, I'm extremely confused. Are there no gangs in this one? Is it just Cell and the Freaks? Is the entire game comprised of me going around detonating these things? Because I was really looking forward to, taking down some more kingpins, but as far as I can tell, that's not in this game. But that's the end of this video.
Hey, Agent, that's enough hand-holding.